Child of Light. Finally, a game by Ubisoft that I actually want to play. Woo! Hey everybody, it's your friendly fellow Feast Tree, and I'm back with a Feast's Treeview of Child of Light. I am pleasantly surprised with this game. I didn't think I was going to like it that much, but it turns out that I like it a lot. I've been playing quite a bit of it. And yes, I did start a new game in order to show this to you. So you're welcome. In Child of Light, you play in a fanciful world with very fantastic art styles as a girl named Aurora. You are the father of a duke, as you'll be seeing right now. I don't know why I'm explaining to you, you can just read it yourself. But you're in what you perceive to be a dream world, and the story kind of takes the hold of just about any other Disney princess movie. I gotta go on an adventure to become an adult. Not really. I'm kind of butchering the story right here, but the story is actually very good. Once you get over the rhyme scheme that the non-cutscenes play out. But I do have to say the art style in this game is really good. That's one thing I really enjoyed about this game, is just how nice it looked. It's a very interesting art style, and one you don't see in too many games, so it's very refreshing to see it. Like I said, this is a very stylized game. The graphics in it are very good. I really like the art style of it. As you can see, it's a very, almost a bleak-seeming world. There's a lot of blues and greens. Very nice color palette. You don't normally see a color palette like this in a lot of games. The one thing I really liked is the flowiness of the girl's hair. I know it seems like something dumb, but it's really visually appealing. I was quite surprised with how much I liked it. As in any platforming game, you can assume that there's going to be puzzles you have to solve. Most of them include like moving boxes like that, or moving little, platforms to get to different places. There's a lot of that in this game. If you don't like platforming games, I wouldn't really suggest it. This is really for someone who likes it, like an old style kind of games. This is definitely like a mix between two of my favorite games growing up. I love platformers like, Super Mario and all the other good ones. And I really enjoyed RPGs more when I was a kid. I'm starting to slowly get back into them, but this has a very good RPG combat mechanic that it's really satisfying when you actually get into fights. My only complaints with the combat system is it is a little bit easy in the beginning, and I hear that if you're used to RPGs, you should probably play it on a harder difficulty. But you'll see that soon. We'll see the combat system in a little bit. A little bit ways into the game, you meet your little firefly friend named Ignictus. Ignictus? I think that's what the name is. It's spelled that way. But yeah, this is your little buddy, and he helps you out in a lot of the adventures, and he has a very cool mechanic that you'll see later on in the combat system and just moving around the world. As you can see, he moves independently, so you use the right stick on Xbox or PlayStation, whatever, to move him around. And as you go through the game, you'll find these little trees, and you'll be like, oh my god, what the fuck is that thing? Do you fucking see that shit? As you go throughout the game, you'll find these little trees that shoot out little gems, and if you use your firefly or your character to go through the gems in the correct order, you will gain more magic points and more hit points, and also wishes. Wishes are what you use to use the glow power for your firefly, or to use the slowdown option in combat, which you'll see an example of shortly into this video. It's a very cool mechanic and something that makes the game quite more interesting. You end up finding yourself a sword, and that's when all the fun starts, and we get to go into this fancy combat system, and this little monster over here has no idea what he's about to get himself into. Oh boy, I can't wait. As you can see, it's a very turn-based style. The bar at the bottom is your cast and your wait time. The wait time is how long you wait till your turn, and the cast time, depending on what attack you use, depends on how long it takes to cast your spell. And a big thing in this is there's an interruption system. So if you hit an enemy in their cast time before they can actually cast out their attack, you'll interrupt them, and it'll put them back usually about halfway through the wait bar. As you can see, that guy was very easy. You're going to see a lot of these easy enemies in the beginning. Each enemy has their own weaknesses, like these ghoulish creatures are weak to light. These guys are actually weak to light at this point in the game. I just do not have a light spell. I will throw a clip in there to show you basically like how that stuff works out. But this works out a lot. You can use your Firefly or Ignitus, whatever you want to call them, to slow down the enemy's time. And you can see the little blue ball will pop on the enemy's circle at the bottom. And while that circle's on them, it'll slow down their attack time. So you can usually get maybe 2 attacks in before they get a chance to single out any can't talk till they get a chance to put out any single attack. And this is the skill tree. The skill tree is very nice. It's very robust. You can add more MP, more HP, special attacks, all that kind of stuff. And remember, these trees will give you back stuff at the end. And remember, if you don't get them all in the right row, you'll end up getting more wishes. And more wishes are good for everybody. There are also 2 different types of attacks you can get yourself into. Like this one, where I have my back turn, you are ambushed. They get to attack first no matter what. You can freeze them all you want, but they will get off hits before you get a chance to attack them at all. Another attack or battle situation you can get yourself into is a surprise attack, which is basically the opposite of an ambush. You show up behind an enemy, and you'll show up right at your casting time. You won't have any wait time. You can throw out an attack right away. And like I said before, you can throw out different spells. Like this is a Starlight, which does light damage. And dark creatures that are vulnerable to light will take extra damage from this attack. You'll also need your little Firefly friend to solve puzzles like this, which is actually the puzzle before the first boss in the game. This isn't really spoiling much. I mean, you're gonna fucking play through this anyway. Don't get mad at me if I'm showing you this. But you have to use your little Firefly to like cast shadows, or I guess you're really casting light. You're not casting a shadow, and you got to solve these little puzzles. They're a little monotonous, and the controls are a little iffy, but otherwise they add like a nice little extra complexity to the game. And I honestly really enjoyed this game. I'm not going to show you too much more of it because I don't really want to spoil anything. I just figured if I played through the first part, which a lot of people have, and I just gave you a couple feels, how it feels about it, I figured, you know, maybe I'll get some people to buy the game. I probably won't because no one listens to my opinion anyway, but I figured, hell, I'd try. So, overall, I really enjoy this game. I'd probably say about a little bit over halfway done with it. My only complaint so far is the rhyming and the story. It gets a little annoying. Oh, and the fact that there's a little bit of a glitch with the achievements. I haven't gotten any achievements so far for this game, which is a little annoying. My other friends haven't seemed to have that problem, but hey, I'm always lucky and I always get crappy stuff. But apparently Ubisoft is trying to fix the achievement problem, so that's always good. Other than that, I definitely give this game a 9 out of 10. I mean, it's definitely the most fun, fresh game that I've played so far this year for, you know, this $500 hunk of Blu-ray player that I have sitting on my shelf now, which is saying a lot. I mean, I haven't really played a game as refreshing as this one so far this year, so that's always good. I'm going to leave you with the end of this fight scene, so you get an idea of how, like, battles work out in it, uncut and everything, and, as always, thanks for watching. I'm your friendly pal Feast Tree, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Oh yeah, P.S. You can fly around once you beat the first boss thing. It's kind of cool. Just flying around. See you later. Just as a reminder, subscribe to this channel and my Twitch account to stay up to date in all my adventures.